Let's now check in, though, with Phillip, who is at the White House with the latest on Janet Yellen's nomination. Phil.
Michelle, thank you. I'm joined by Jim Spellman. Again, the big story today is Janet Yellen getting nominated as the next chairwoman to replace Ben Bernanke.
Phil, she wasn't the president's first choice, but she seems like a safe choice. And given all the political tensions here in Washington over the shutdown and the debt ceiling fight, that may be just what the president needs.
By Chairman Ben Bernanke.
Less than a month after his first choice, Larry Summers bowed out of consideration for the post. President Obama on Wednesday announced his nominee for chairman of the U.S. Federal Reserve.
One of the nation's foremost economists and policymakers, current vice chairman, Janet Yellen.
The nomination comes as the Federal Reserve is considering how and when to ease its economic stimulus policies after the U.S. economy appeared to stumble a bit in late summer. If she becomes the next chairman, Yellen is expected to keep interest rates low for at least the immediate future, despite fears that the Fed's policies may lead to inflation.
We can ensure that inflation remains in check and doesn't undermine the benefits of a growing economy. We can and must safeguard the financial system.
Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, Yellen met her husband, the Nobel Prize-winning economist George Akerlof, while working at the Federal Reserve in the 1970s.
It's been said that Janet found love at the Federal Reserve, literally.
Their son Robert is also an economist.
So you can imagine the conversation around the dinner table might be a little different than ours. In fact, I've been told their idea of a great family vacation is the beach with a suitcase full of economics books.
Current chairman Ben Bernanke's term ends in January 2014, and Yellen will have to be confirmed by the U.S. Senate, which most consider likely. But her views on the Fed's ability to create jobs are raising concerns for some who see the Fed's program that is pouring $85 billion into U.S. commercial banks each month as overreach by America's central bank.
Too many Americans still can't find a job and worry how they'll pay their bills and provide for their families. The Federal Reserve can help if it does its job effectively.
If confirmed, Yellen will be the first woman to hold this powerful post. Yellen is expected to be confirmed by a pretty wide margin at this point, but look for those hearings to be an opportunity for Republicans to bash the president on the way he's handled the economic crisis.
Jim, normally I wouldn't ask this question, but of course the chairman needs to be approved by the Senate. Is there a possibility, given how wild the last couple of weeks has been, are the Republicans likely to block or cause any trouble for the president's nomination?
I'm not going to take bets on anything at this point. If the Republicans were trying to block this with a filibuster, the Democrats would only have to bring over 6 Republicans, which is probably not hard. But a lot of it will depend on what kind of damage is done between the Republicans and the Democrats during this shutdown battle. With how tense everything is in Washington right now, I don't think you can take anything for granted.
All right. Well, for the record, she's supposed to be the safe choice. Jim Spellman, thank you very much for our top story of the day.